Obviously, you mentioned you had pretty big turnover in the list. I think your average age is just under 24 now. Are you confident the players you brought in, you can kind of plug and play kind of week one of the next season?
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, we say it every year, but competition's growing. However, I know the work and effort that's gone into finding the 9 players that we just drafted, plus then you look at your list of 30 and you think, God, you know, what's the best 21 out of all of this? If all of that's an indicator to where the league's going, it's probably, you know, we're probably all in a pretty good spot. It was tough finding the 9 players and probably being really selective about good character, ability, work rate, work ethic, all those sorts of things. They've been really, really front of mind this time around. But yeah, as I say, to try and actually work out what your best 21 looks like is really tough.
It's almost half a new team. You talked about 3 extras middle of the year. It's 12 out of your 30 players. Like, do you feel like you're starting fresh almost every single campaign?
Yeah, you do, and it's going to take a while for the competition to settle down. This is the first year we've been able to offer 2-year contracts. So, and they've allowed us, you know, next year the possibility of retaining up to 27 players rather than 21 or 22. So I think you're going to see most clubs settle now for the next year or two. So that's pleasing from that point of view. So you get a bit of a chance now to actually settle a group, work with them. There's a big chunk of our group now on 2-year contracts, so that, you know, keeps the place a little bit more settled, a little bit more time to invest in them, I guess.
There were 8 teams in the first edition of this. There's 14 this season. It's quite a jump.
Yeah, not many other comps have grown that quickly. So that's the risk, I guess, from the league's point of view. But as I said before, I'm pretty confident, and I can only go by what we've done. We've brought in, you know, 3 mid-year. We're happy with those 3. The 9 yesterday we're over the moon with. So, you know, if that's any indication at other, if what's going on at other clubs is similar to us, I think the comp's going to be in a good space.
From what you're hearing, the season will start on time?
I mean, the whole vote thing, like the majority still voted for, let's get started. There's just a few minor kinks to be ironed out with the clubs that voted against, but yeah, it's not really admin or coaching, not really an issue. It's more the players and Players Association and the league sort of coming to an agreement.
Can you just elaborate a bit on Selena for us? Obviously, that's an unusual circumstances to get her back. Like, why is she so much better now than she may have been a couple of years ago when you decided to not keep her?
Probably because she's found a role that suits her more than anything else. And I think she was probably one of those players, at the time, the buzz about getting on a list in the first place was enormous. And our team went through that year quite well and played in the final and all the rest of it. And then you had to go through the first round of people being disappointed and being delisted. Our message to all of them was go back and have a really solid winter season with your quaffle club, and then we put you back on at the end of the year should your form warrant it. So it's taken a little while for that to turn around for Sel. Others haven't got back on the list. So she's actually a really good story, albeit 2 years down the track that she's now back on our list. But it probably tells you something about her determination to go away from the club, find someone that she can confide in and, you know, what do you think of my game? Strip it right back and sort of say, well, I think you're this. We played her as an undersized ruckman in the first year. She did a great job for us in that role, but it was never going to be sustainable once the taller players started coming into the comp. But her willingness to go and find a way to improve herself and find a role for herself in a quaffle team that really suits has been super. She's a great athlete and she's a great rebounding defender now. So we're happy to have her back.
Was there kind of a moment where you thought, oh yeah, we kind of want to redraft Selena? I remember the Winter Series game here at the Gabbard. She gave Tiana Ernst a pretty, you know, hard battle. That key defender, key forward role. Was that kind of a moment for you that stood out?
Yeah, we played her the game before that up in Mackay, and that was the one that really grabbed us. She was just as good up there. But yeah, just the willingness to know, you know, that's a hard spot to play sometimes. She's not had the footy background that some of the kids have had either. She came to footy quite late in her 20s. But yeah, playing that key back role, you know, when do I stay close to my opponent? When do I peel off and try and attack the ball and rebound? She's getting the knack of that, you know, down pat pretty well now.